Welcome back to Sled Storm. This is level 2, Bermuda Berg. Yes, EA Sports Big just took the idea of Aloha Ice Jam and redid it. Pretty much completely.
That's awesome. Why does that say that's in the UK? Oh wait, is Bermuda owned by the UK?
I think so. Probably.
So, give him a quick rundown while I look this up.
Of Bermuda Berg,
Yeah.
or it's a track. It's on a giant iceberg by Bermuda. Yeah, just
This
look at
deadly Bermuda Berg run is much more than just an ice cave. Let's check it out. Welcome to the Berg, land of the lost. The starting line is truly awe-inspiring. Look at those crowds.
Rock and roll, yeah! I love Bermuda Berg! Ow!
I wouldn't want to have to go head-to-head with Simon today.
That one's crazy. He's got no mind of his own. Bermuda Berg! I'm gonna torch this ice block! Yeah, man, I figured you loved the tropical system.
Did they just say he doesn't have a mind of his own? That just makes him sound like a tool. He doesn't sound crazy. He just sounds like a douche. He's not creative at all.
Or maybe he literally doesn't have a brain, which I guess is what they were going for.
And see, that's
It is Simon. His one characteristic is that he's crazy.
yeah.
But I like how the announcers have different lines at the start depending on who you're playing as.
Yeah.
If you weren't playing as Simon and instead you were playing as Zoe or such, the announcer would have something about Zoe's looking to, do well at this track.
Like Simon's the only one they have interesting things to say. Everyone else is just like, oh, it looks like Alex is gonna try to win.
And then each character will say a line about the track, and each character has 10 or so lines that they could say.
Like, oh man, I really hope I win, or golly, I hope I win, or I better win this one.
And then Simon's the only one like, I'm gonna fucking win!
Yeah.
So what I'm doing for these tracks is that the first lap I'm going to stay on the main path, not taking really any shortcuts. You might have noticed that I dropped to last place. Bermuda Berg is really... God, I've said that so many times now that it just sounds so stupid.
What?
Bermuda Berg.
Yeah.
But Bermuda Berg is really first racetrack where the game kind of tells you, okay, you need to find shortcuts and you need to take them. Which, is obvious if you've played any game like this before. But, I think it's nice that it tells you so quickly in really the second track. However, second track out of 6, of course. But, in other games, I've basically putzed around and, without having to take any shortcuts. And then in the final track, the game, the AI will all take the most perfect route and you'll basically get screwed. It's like, I don't know.
Best thing ever.
There's not, there wouldn't be a difficulty curve. It'd be one of those where the difficulty's flat and then it just goes up all of a sudden.
Like a difficulty cliff.
Yeah. Which this game does not have. So, good on it.
Does
in
it
that
have?
option.
Wait, does it have a no difficulty cliff in that it increases in difficulty gradually, or does it just not have a difficulty curve either? It's got a difficulty plane.
No, there is a pretty good difficulty curve. In this level, you'll drop to last place in a few places if you don't take any shortcuts, but otherwise you'll still finish second, third if you don't. Now, one of the tracks is much harder than the one that comes right after it, but there's not really which game. I should have probably. Sorry, I'm trying to figure something out myself. Which game, if you remember, was the one where I said it was like a difficulty mountain range?
Fucks.
Was that Freakstyle?
Maybe.
It was either Freakstyle or JetX2O.
I think it was Freakstyle.
in freestyle, like one race would be really easy, the next race, assuming it's freestyle, in some game, one would be really easy, the next would be incredibly hard, then it would go back to fairly easy.
Yeah.
Or wait, no. It wasn't a difficulty curve, I remember now. It was in the thread. It was like a level shittiness mountain range with that fucking, like, hedge maze level taking, like, the Mount Everest of shittiness.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was such a fucking awful level.
And then the levels around it being kind of in the middle. So technically, what we've been going on for 2.5 minutes now hasn't existed.
Yeah. It's been, basically.
Other things about Sledstorm, I was looking at the back of the game cover.
There's not a lot there.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm bringing it up. And I normally don't like to bring stuff.
Only 12 words. There's 12 words on the back of it.
Well, I normally don't like to bring stuff like memes into these videos, but looking at the back of Sledstorm, maybe I'll include, I don't know, a link to an image or something. Looking at the back of Sledstorm really reminds me of those Shiba Confessions memes. Like, there's a bunch of pictures, and then words like, tear it up, harness these beasts, wow, raw power, so Sled, fierce racing competition. Like, I don't know, it just reminds me of those, wow, so learning, ready to learn, I am dog.
That's just an... I don't know.
And by this point, you haven't really heard much of Simon, because we've been talking over him. I guess to get back into my mindset of recording this, I started to go, okay, he's kind of annoying. Like, he's kind of annoying. He's a little too random, I guess. I mean, maybe, I mean, back in, like, 2001, 2002, people didn't really have a problem with being random and over the top. But, I don't know, he got, I don't know, and this, it just sort of bugs me, because, like I said, I fucking love, like, SSX Tricky 3 Simon, and I'm annoyed at where he went, where his personality went over the years. But I thought back in Tricky and 3, he'd be crazy, but he wouldn't say sentences that were just words mangled together. You know, I mean, all I can think of now are the 1 or 2 times where he did that. But, you know, in this game, it's just a bunch of stuff like, I've got a glass eye with a fish in it! And I don't know what the fuck he just said right there, but it reminds me a lot of those, you know, like, fucking the narwhal bacon's at midnight. Like, apparently that's Reddit's catchphrase or something.
Really?
That's what you say if you want to, like, find another Reddit member or something. Like, stuff like that just kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Simon can't be stopped out there.
Who's gonna try? That guy's a whack job.
Great race. Let's have a look at what you've unlocked.
So you got a sled, and you got another track.
Yeah, called Polar Fest. You might notice before the races that 1 or 2 of the objectives that I need to do are already checked off. That's because the first time you play through the game, basically career mode with anyone, you only have the first 3 characters unlocked, and you can unlock another character by beating a score limit on a track. So, you know, like, I think Bermuda Berg, you'd have to get 25,000 points. Once you do that with one character, since it unlocks the locked characters, you don't have to do that with any other. Like, Simon, you'd unlock him by beating the 4th track and getting, like, 30,000 points. So, since I've already got those, that's already checked off. But, however, if you get first place on a track, except for the first track, you get another sled, another snowmobile with better stats.
Have you been switching sleds, or are you just gonna stick with one?
I didn't get another sled for Cedar Canyon.
Oh, right, of course.
But next track up, Polar Fest, I will be going to the Simon's second snowmobile, which, you know, is better in all regards.
Okay.
That's been it for Bermuda Berg. See you next time on Polar Fest.